Hello everybody, it's Patrick, your wine guy here at Locals Tasting Room in the heart of beautiful downtown Geyserville. Hey, guess what? It is wine club time, and those of you in our 2-bottle Locals Choice Club are getting ready to receive their September shipment or coming by to pick up their September selection. And I thought for a little change, before we really get into the wines very much, I'm going to talk about a benefit that club members don't really get to use that often. I want you to go click on our website, go to the club, look for the recipe archives. Right there, we're talking years and years and years of recipes at your fingertips. Some incredible recipes from vintners going all the way back to the mid-2000s, right? We're talking, I think 2005 is when we started the recipe collection. It's an enormous resource at your fingertips. They're all paired with wines, but I have a couple of my favorites that I've pulled out from deep in the recesses of this archive to share with you today to go with our 2 wines that are in your club. So what's coming up in your club first of all? You're gonna have the Topel 2009 Sexy, right? This is a beautiful, it says Napa Valley Red Table Wine. It is a beautiful blend. We're talking Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah Noir, some Merlot, and a little hit of Petit Verdot in there. It's a great wine. This is a really unique blend, but think about it, a 10-year-old wine coming at you from Locals. You're gonna love this wine. It's got some dark, rich, wonderful flavors, round, supple fruit. I love this wine, and it had a couple of really good instincts, or I should say I had the instinct to pair it with a couple of things. I'm gonna use cheat sheets because I had to go back into the recesses here. So, for those of you that are inclined to go with a meat dish, Brasato di manzo al vino rosso. It's a cocoa encrusted beef braised in red wine. That dish would shine beautifully with the Topel 2009 Sexy. And those of you that are not inclined towards meat, if you are vegetarian, there is a recipe that I think hits all the salient points in there. Braised kale with goat cheese, hazelnuts, and sun-dried tomatoes. I went through these recipes, the flavors in the wine, that's gonna be a dynamite, whichever one of those pairings you go with, you can't go wrong. Other wine, Salome, a brand new release from Toranio Family Wines, right? 8 Toranio Family Wines. Salome is their Petite Syrah, and this is a Petite Syrah that's chock full of power and beautiful fruit, but really this has a nice tannic grip. It's a beautiful, beautiful wine. The 2017 Salome, I got you right here, folks. I'm looking out for you. Believe it or not, I think that what's going to happen is some magical chemistry with a Moroccan tagine. Chicken would be a good thing. You could put any number of different things in the tagine. You could go with a game bird if you happen to be able to get your hands on a game bird of some kind. Even duck would be great. But the flavors in the tagine all the way across the board with the nuts and the dried fruits and just the beautiful flavors of Morocco coming together. Hey, by the way, if you happen to want to try and go a little bit off recipe, remember we have our Majoun, right? This fantastic condiment that we sell here at Locals, made by a local producer. It is a Moroccan recipe that stirred into your tagine, dynamite. So, Toranio, Salome 2017 coming at you in that 2-bottle club. The Moroccan tagine, Moroccan chicken tagine is the recipe. Tagine Tarfarout is what is on here, but it is going to be dynamite with these flavors. For those of you, again, vegetarians, there's a recipe on there for eggplant involtini. That's a 2014 recipe. The eggplant involtini, they're little, it's long strips of eggplant that are rolled around cheese and tomato, etc. One adjustment I'd make to this recipe, dynamite with this, I would add, this calls for Parmigiano Reggiano. I might go a little darker. Try and look to see if you might have a Pecorino Romano or some other hard cheese to grate on top. It's a little bit darker than your Reggiano. Good flavors, dynamite, the eggplant involtini and the tagine with the Toranio Salome, and Sexy, giving you the braised kale in here as well as that cocoa encrusted pork, wherever I put that. Here we are, the Brasato di manzo al vino rosso. So the cocoa encrusted beef sauteed with red wine. It's more braised than sauteed, sorry. Just in case you're looking for one thing to go with an umbrella, if you're gonna have 2 bottles with dinner, I got that recipe for you too. Hey, go back to there and you're looking, again, deep in the archives, probably actually not too deep. This is a 2017 recipe. This was ropa vieja. So ropa vieja is the national dish of Cuba, and it is like a, you might call it like a shredded meat or a stew of some kind. Flavors are out of this world. It is something that is a signature dish of Cuba. However, the flavors involved in this, all sorts of different things going on in there, will hit both of these wines at once. So I'm giving you 5 recipes as a way of telling you, visit the recipe archives. They're a resource you have as a club member. Go to the website, check out the recipes. Patrick from Locals Tasting Room, toasting you. Cheers.